Okay, let us go to the next chapter, chapter number 5, magnetism and matter. All right. Now, in this chapter, we'll be studying why few materials will act as magnets, why we don't see magnetic properties in all the materials. Okay, all those things. Fine. Now, let us let us do the introduction part for this class. Right. Now, if we try to see a brief history on this magnetism, right. Now, in your probably 8th, 9th or 10th standard, you would have studied that shepherds, right? Shepherds, when they were shepherds of an island, an ancient island. Okay, so there was an island. Its name was actually Magnesia. They'll say, okay, it's an ancient island. Now we don't find this, right? So Magnesia, right? So it's an island in Greece. Okay, it is an island in Greece. You can write island of the Greeks, you can say, right? So in that, when these shepherds, when they were roaming, right, when they were roaming, you can what they observed was there was a stone. Okay, there was a particular type of stone. Okay, now once they were walking over that stone, right, they found that the iron nails in their footwear, right? So back then, you can imagine the footwear was made of wood, right? So these iron nails were actually sticking. You can say the iron nails were sticking, and they used to, all shepherds will have a stick, right? And the stick used to have a iron tip, right? So to prevent the wearing of wood, right? So once these iron tipped sticks were also sticking to that particular stone, right? So back then they did not knew what was the reason and everything, but they knew this particular type of stone or this particular type of rock, it was actually attracting iron pieces, right? Now that type of stone, I think you would have studied, nowadays we'll call it as lodestone. So it's actually an ore of iron. Okay, it's an ore of iron. All right. Now, what was the reason? What is the actual reason why this lodestone? Just now I said it's an ore of iron, right? Why it attracts iron pieces? What is the reason? All these things we will study in this chapter. Fine. And apart from this, now magnets, right? So basically, we are talking about magnets. Now, these magnets, they have the simple property of attracting iron and its ores. Okay, it attracts iron pieces. We know, right? So this was the first documented evidence what we can see, right? Now, apart from that, during ancient times, we used magnets for finding directions, correct? For finding directions, right? Now, all of us know that magnetic compass, right? So it was used for finding directions, right? Now, magnetic compass, it always points to the geographic. Okay, so the magnets, it actually points geographic north south directions, correct? Geographic north south direction. Fine. Now sailors, right? Sailors and even in soldiers, right? Nowadays we have a good navigation, electronic based navigation system. If you take just before invention of this electronics and computers, okay, handheld devices, so most of the soldiers, sailors, right, they used to rely on magnetic compass for showing north south direction, right? Fine. So these are the basic uses which we already know about magnets. Okay, right. And it predates to we can the first documented evidence, you can see it around 400 BC. So it's given in your text where a Chinese landlord or a Chinese, you can say Chinese warrior, he used to he used to use this magnet to find out the north south direction. So they were able to defeat the enemy even in the presence of thick fog. Okay, so all those things are given. So it's quite interesting, right? So we have used magnets to basically, until if you take ancient times, right? So if you take some thousands of years back, so mostly we used to use magnets for finding the directions. Okay, so basically now the basic properties of magnets, right? So magnets, they show attractive property. Magnets, they attract each other, okay, depending on the poles. All those things will just have a quick brush up again, and they have attractive property as well as they have the directional property. They always point to the north south direction. All right, fine. Okay, now let us go to the next topic. Okay, in the previous chapter we have seen the source of a magnetic field, right? So next topic, let us see about commonly known facts about magnetism. Okay, now we know the source of magnetism is actually magnetic field, right? The source is actually moving charges, right? Now let us discuss few facts which we already know about this magnetism. All right, fine. So first one is that Earth, okay, our Earth, it is, you can call it as a big magnet. It acts like a big magnet, bar magnet, you can say, correct? Now if you remember, you had written, say this is the Earth, right? Now you can imagine a huge bar magnet which is embedded like this, correct? Now we know the magnetic field pattern due to a bar magnet, right? So if you remember, you would have, all of us have seen this diagram, right? So this particular diagram, correct? Okay, now Earth acts as a bar magnet, right? Now here I would like to tell you an important fact about the magnetic field lines due to the Earth, which you all need to remember. Okay, fine. So now all of us know the geographic North Pole. Okay, now let me take this as the geographic North Pole, and this is the, say this is the Arctic Circle. Okay, now this is the Arctic Circle, Arctic region, you can say. Now this is the Antarctic region. Okay, this is the Antarctic region. Now this is our true north, correct? So this is actually our true north, we'll say, correct? North and south will write, correct? Now what we have observed is that the magnetic field lines due to the Earth, remember, pay attention, the magnetic field lines due to the Earth, it starts from the Antarctic region, that is the South Pole. Okay, now I know you might be a little confused here, but your confusion will be cleared. So the magnetic field lines, what we observe is that it will be in this pattern. Okay, so the magnetic field lines will actually be like this, right? The magnetic field lines will be like this. Fine. So it starts at the South Pole, geographic South Pole, we'll say. Okay, and it ends at the geographic North Pole. Okay, now the geographic North Pole is the region, is the Arctic region. Okay, geographic South Pole is the Antarctic region, right? Now this geographic South Pole, okay, geographic South Pole can be considered as magnetic north. Okay, magnetic north, will say, correct? So Antarctic region is actually magnetic North Pole. Now all of us know magnetic field lines, if you consider for a bar magnet, right? So the field lines, it starts coming from the, we say magnetic field line starts at North Pole and it ends at the South Pole. Actually it won't end, it is always a closed loop. That is the next point we'll see. Okay, so the Antarctic region, okay, Antarctic region can be approximately considered as magnetic North Pole. Okay, magnetic North Pole. All right, fine. So same way, similarly, now we will this Arctic region. Okay, this Arctic region, which is the geographic North Pole. Okay, geographic North Pole, it is actually the magnetic South Pole of the Earth. Okay, magnetic South Pole of the Earth. All right, fine. So how did we decide on this geographic north, south, east, west directions? Means it's easy. See, you can say from the ancient times we are accustomed to treat the sun rises in the east, right? So whatever is, if you see the sun is rising in the east and if it is setting in the west, okay, so if your right hand is pointing towards the east direction, okay, if you stretch your arms like this and if your right hand is pointing towards the rising sun, okay, then you will be facing the north direction. So that we have decided it already. Okay, now coming to the magnetic field lines. Okay, magnetic field lines, it will start at the Antarctic region, okay, somewhere in Antarctic region, and it will end at the Arctic region. There is no starting and ending for magnetic field lines. So at least from the, if you are standing on the earth, okay, so the, say, magnetic field is visible to you, assume it, okay, assume the magnetic field is visible to you, then you will see it will start at the Antarctic region and it will end at the Arctic region. Okay, now I think you are comfortable with magnetic north pole and magnetic south pole. Okay, right, fine. And now let us see how a bar magnet will actually determine this north-south direction. It's not that difficult, it's easy. Now come back to this region here. Okay, now here we will keep a bar magnet. Okay, so this is the magnetic field line which I have drawn. Let us keep a bar magnet here. Okay, so if you keep a bar magnet, bar magnet, if you tie a thread exactly at the center of a bar magnet, it will naturally show the north-south direction. Okay, now the portion or the end of the bar magnet which is pointing to the geographic north pole. Okay, so this will call it as the north pole of the bar magnet. See, this is actually pointing to the geographic north pole, correct? Now this is no, actually the bar magnet, this is actually you. Okay, so if I zoom in, you are actually somewhere here. Okay, so this is you who are holding a bar magnet. Okay, so this is you, and you have tied a bar magnet and you have held it like this. Okay, this is the string. Okay, so assume in this scale, and you try to draw the magnetic fields. Okay, right, fine. Now coming back, now consider the same bar magnet here. This pole, the end of the bar magnet which points to the geographic north pole, that we will mark it as the north pole of the bar magnet. Okay, we'll mark it as the north pole of the bar magnet. All right, now the end of the bar magnet which points to the geographic south pole, remember, so that will consider it as the south pole of the bar magnet. Okay, so magnet, as you know, it has two poles, north and south. Fine. All right, now how to understand this? See, it's easy. What is the direction of the magnetic field? What is the direction of the Earth's magnetic field in this region? So you can clearly see it is in this way, right? So it is actually this way, at least the magnetic field line linking, or you can say which is, you can say linking with the bar magnet, right? So it is actually in this direction, right? Fine. Now the magnetic field due to the bar magnet, see, the bar magnet also has its own magnetic field lines, right? So that will be somewhat like this, right? Yeah, I can write it like this. This is the magnetic field due to the bar magnet. I'll write it as BB. Okay, right. So this is the magnetic field due to the Earth. Right. Now, if you remember the very first video on the of the previous chapter, right? So there we saw a conductor, right? A current carrying conductor is like this. Now we will start keeping a magnetic needle around the conductor. So the magnetic needle means magnetic compass, right? It also has its own north and south pole. It will try to align in the direction of the external magnetic field. Okay. Now for this bar magnet, the external magnetic field is the Earth's magnetic field, right? So the magnetic field line. Okay. So the magnetic field lines of the Earth and the magnetic field lines of the, you can say most of the magnetic field lines due to the bar magnet is this way, right? So the bar magnet, it will try to align in the direction of the external magnetic field, that is the Earth's magnetic field, you can say, right? Now you can clearly understand here. Let me write here again one more bar magnet I'll write here. Okay, so if you see, this is how the bar magnet aligns, right? Now what did we see? This is actually the magnetic south pole, correct? Arctic region, it is the magnetic south pole. So you can remember this in a very simple way. So south pole of the Earth, okay, south pole of the Earth means magnetic south pole of the Earth, right? Arctic region is actually the magnetic south pole of the Earth, right? So whatever I have written in the yellow marker, so that corresponds to the poles of a magnet, considering Earth as a magnet, right? See, north and south, unlike poles, they'll attract, right? So again, north and south, they unlike poles, they'll attract. So this is one more way where you can clearly imagine that this bar magnet, it will always point in the north-south direction. Okay, so you can understand this way also. So this north and south will attract, and this north and south will attract. Okay, so even if you disturb, again they will come to the same direction, it will start showing the same north-south direction. Okay, right, fine. Okay, now this is one fact which we already know. All right, this time we have, fine. Okay, now let us go to the next point. So the second fact what we know about magnetism is that known facts, right? Yeah, now coming to bar magnet, let us talk about bar magnet, right? Now, as I told you, the tip which points to the so this is actually pointing to the geographic north, otherwise magnetic south, same thing, right? So this will call it as the north pole of the magnet. So this is actually north pole of magnet, we'll say, and this will point to the geographic south, otherwise magnetic north. Okay, so this will call it as the south pole of the bar magnet. So any magnet, it has two poles, south pole of the bar magnet. Okay, south pole of the magnet, right? Now apart from that, yeah, now one more property what we know already is that unlike poles attract. Okay, now this is just a quick brush up. Okay, unlike poles of a magnet, they'll attract, and like poles, they'll repel. Like poles of a magnet, they'll repel. Okay, now this is the third property which we already know. Now one more property which you already know is that we cannot destroy the magnetism by breaking the magnet into two. Okay, now we cannot separate the, or you can say we cannot separate the north pole and south pole. Okay, now say we have a bar magnet which has two poles, right? Now say we will exactly break it in the middle, we'll cut it in the middle. So you don't get a separate north pole and south pole, so, right? All of us know this. So instead we'll get two magnets. Okay, instead we'll get two magnets with weaker properties. Okay, so we are getting two magnets which has north and south pole again. See here, this piece, this region after breaking, this will act as the south pole of the new magnet. Okay, now this region, it will act as the north pole of the new magnet, the second magnet. Okay, so this you can call it as magnet number 1 and magnet number 2. All right, now what we will notice is that the magnetic field lines, okay, the magnetic field lines, or you can say the for example, say this bar magnet, this bigger bar magnet, all right, it used to attract iron filing, or you can say it used to attract an iron nail or something. Okay, so say the distance between this bigger bar magnet before breaking it and the iron nail, it used to attract within 1 centimeter, say it like that. Now you will notice is that it will attract less than 1 centimeter. So it is a very simple observation what you can make to find out the magnetic field strength. Okay, so you can say this bar magnets which are broken, so they will show some weaker properties. Okay, they will have some weaker properties. All right, fine, I hope. Okay, right, fine, let me brush up again. So fifth one. Okay, now so clearly what from this simple experiment what we can see is that is breaking of a magnet. So magnetic monopoles, we'll say magnetic monopoles do not exist. That is, monopoles means you don't get a isolated north pole and we won't get a isolated south pole. Okay, that is all. Magnetic monopoles do not exist. So that is what we can observe from this point number 4. Okay, so weaker, though if you break a magnet into two, obviously you will get two weaker magnets, you can say, right? So magnetic monopoles do not exist. That is, you won't get a isolated north pole and we won't get a isolated south pole. Okay, as simple as that. Then one more topic what we already know is that we can actually manufacture artificial magnets. Okay, so we can make magnets. Okay, we can manufacture artificial magnets from iron and its alloys. Okay, iron and its alloys. So these are the facts which we already know. Okay, I hope you are clear with the earth and how the magnetic field due to the earth is present. Okay, so geographic south pole, which is Antarctic region, which you already know. So it is actually the magnetic north pole. Okay, and you can ask how we started marking north and south pole for the magnetic compass. Okay, or you can say how we started marking north and south for bar magnet. Okay, it's simple. As I told you, see earlier the directions were that is the 4 directions: north, south, east and west. It was basically understood by considering the rising of the sun. Say rising of the sun is east, right? So if your right hand is pointing towards the rising sun, then the region, then the direction in which you are facing, right? The direction which you are facing is north. Okay, now hold a bar magnet, okay, hold a bar magnet which is not marked already, okay, so just hold it, right? Now you already know the sun is actually in the east, right? Now the bar magnet will be pointing in the north-south direction. So whatever the end which is pointing in the north direction, that is geographical north, okay, whatever the direction you are looking at, okay, that itself is the geographical north, right? So simply mark it as N. So that is the north pole of the magnet, we'll say, correct? And the direction which is looking at the end which is pointing towards the south, geographical south, okay, so that will mark it as south pole for the south pole of the bar magnet, that's all, okay. And if you remember this simple point, it will be easy. See, north and south, so if you take two magnets, correct, let me write here, if you take two magnets, correct, so say this is north pole and south pole, magnet number 1. Now this is south pole and north pole. What do you see? These two magnets will attract, right? So these two magnets, they will actually attract, correct? This is what we have observed. Unlike poles will attract. No, just like that. So here you can imagine two magnets. The two magnets are the bar magnet and the earth itself. The earth itself is a big magnet, right? So see this magnetic south pole, okay, or you can say the this is the south pole considering the earth as the magnet, correct? This is the south pole considering earth as the magnet. So north and south will attract, correct? Now this is the north pole considering earth as the magnet, okay, north pole of the earth considering earth as a magnet, right? Now these two will attract, that's all, okay. So if you twist the bar magnet in the opposite way, eventually after oscillating it will come back to the equilibrium position. You can call stable equilibrium, okay, that's all, fine. Now we will study the topics and what is the actual behavior of these magnets, okay, and how you can actually relate the magnetic field lines of a bar magnet to the magnetic field lines of a solenoid, okay, all those things we'll see in the next class, all right, fine.